Welcome to Swoop Podcast, and here are your hosts, Dante Fantuzzi and Josh Sanchez.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Swoop Podcast. Where's your guest for tonight? Dante Fantuzzi, and I'm here with my partner,
Josh Sanchez.
And we finished our first segment. Now we're going to hit another segment. And this controversial topic has been blown up over the last couple of days about the remarks and comments of Cam Newton in response to a female reporter.
Okay, so here's what went down over the course of the past 24 hours. Cam Newton, you know how NFL players, they have their media throughout the week. They talk about game plan and stuff like that, and also they talk about like what happened the previous week. And a female reporter was asking Cam Newton just a regular question about routes with David Funchess, the wide receiver. He had 2 touchdowns.
Devin Funchess.
Oh, Devin Funchess, my fault. He had 2 touchdowns last week, and he looked like he's starting to emerge as that like X factor in the Panthers offense that can replace Greg Olsen because he's out for 6 to 8 weeks with a broken foot. And Cam Newton jokingly said, he was like he started laughing. He was like, I'm surprised. He was like, I'm surprised to see a female reporter talk about routes and stuff like that. And the female reporter took offense to that, and she went on Twitter and said how his remarks were sexist. And now it's turned into this big topic where, again, it's just something small blew out of proportion. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find a reporter's name, but every website I find is just... here it is. Jordan Rodriguez. That's her name, Jordan Rodriguez. She is on Twitter. She's verified on Twitter.
Okay.
And apparently she said after, behind the scenes, he was even worse to her. Like, he was just making fun of her and joking with her. Okay. So, Dante, now that you heard the little scoop of what went down.
As a matter of fact, doesn't this all relate to why Dannon, the yogurt company, released him of their contract? Or terminate their contract with him?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Newton's had a history of immaturities. We saw what happened after Super Bowl 50 and how he did not, he barely answered any questions in the post game. He just took a big loss, but there's character that's a lot of people had problems with. They're like, you're the MVP of the league. You should show the most character. Even when you win, you were dabbing and stuff like that when you were winning. And now that you lost, you stopped doing that. So, again, he's winning now. They just come off a big week against the Patriots. And then this happens where you get called sexist, and depending on how you feel about it, in my opinion, I think...
Well, his immaturity showed up.
His immaturity showed up, yeah.
Okay. So. Personal opinion on it. I'm not going to say that people are overreacting to this situation, but I feel like it's being blown way out of proportion. Yes, I do feel for the female. Cam Newton was very immature about it. Me as a person, and, even for him as a person, being in the spotlight, because he is Cam Newton.
Yes.
And his skill talent has put him in that spotlight. You should expect more from yourself. I feel like you shouldn't. That's something that, that should be joked around about. Especially, with everything going on in today's society, and not even, even in today's society, it's just that people's feelings are just get hurt very easily.
Yes, very easily.
And
yeah.
To make a sexist, I agree it is a sexist comment. Especially something about that with a female. It's nothing against females, but they just more sentimental and emotional than men are. So when it comes to females and stuff like that, I believe you watch what you should say. You watch what you say. And especially trying to make a comment like that, it's unnecessary, it's childish, and it's stupid. And it just goes to show to more of a reason why you're just immature and an immature person. But like I said, I expect more of him of that.
Yeah.
It's rude. It's something that shouldn't be done. And, I'm a firm believer that it doesn't matter what gender you are or what skin color you are. If you qualify for something, and if you can get the job done, and
Yeah, there should be no form of discrimination for that.
I mean, if a female, wants, it has the qualities and stuff like that to become an NFL coach, and let her. And I know this whole situation came up not too long ago with a female calling an NFL game. I don't see, there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like there's nothing wrong with it.
I believe so too.
And the people that feel like, well, it's a man's game, okay, but females can, do just as much as a male can. We shouldn't discriminate females because because you feel like there isn't no spot for women in this game. Like, I feel like there's just the inequality is just ridiculous. Like, something like this to me is still ridiculous.
Yeah, and again, I completely agree. I feel like Cam Newton, he knows better. He is Cam Newton for a reason. He's an MVP.
And I don't mean to cut you off or anything like that. It just came to my mind. But, like, honestly, as a man, and for me, being and loving sports as much as I do, I mean, it might be a little, not called for right now, but I think it's sexy when, you have a girl and she could talk sports with you, especially football. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It's just like you know the games just as much as I do. Like
that's tough. Like we can talk. Like,
exactly. Like I just I don't know.
I'm not throwing that out there. Yes, I think it's awesome. Like, it just makes the conversation even better.
Exactly.
And again, just Cam Newton, he knows better. He's been in this situation before. Sort of like with Ezekiel Elliott. Like, when you're a professional athlete, everything you do gets measured. And he, again, just has time and time again of showing immaturity. And that's just something that he has to work on, or that's just his character. That's just how he is. But, again, you pretty much nailed everything that I was pretty much going to talk about and say. So anything else you want to talk about Cam Newton or the Panthers in general? Or are you ready to move on to our next topic?
Let's move on to our next topic. As me and Josh regularly do. I might have said that wrong. I don't know. Regularly.
Regularly.
We do on a regular basis.
Yes.
Is our NFL predictions. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to talk about the recap of last week. But we will give our predictions for this week. So
stay tuned and get ready to watch our NFL predictions.
I thought we just rolled it right on to here since it's...
Yeah, you ready to just roll on?
Let's just roll it right on here, buddy.
All right, let's just roll it on. All right, so let me pull up the games real quick. Dun, 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 dun. Did you like the little sound effect last week or nah?
Yeah.
This little behind-the-scenes exclusive footage.
Okay.
So, all right, let me pull up.
I got the games right here. You
have them?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, go ahead. Read them
all
off.
Right. So, starting off tonight's game, we have the Patriots away on the road taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Who I got? I got the New England Patriots. Whenever the Patriots lose, the following week it does not matter who they play, they will dominate. I have the Patriots winning big tonight.
And I agree with you. I'm taking the Patriots on the road, and I mean, their defense hasn't played well this year, but like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they make adjustments. This defense will make adjustments, and they will beat the Bucs tonight on the road. So, starting off Sunday with our 1 o'clock games, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
This game, I'm going to go because I know the Bills are riding really high right now, winning in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Is the game in Cincinnati or in Buffalo?
The game is in Cincinnati.
So I believe in the Bengals this week. I think the Bengals are going to get it done. The Bills are very like right now they're riding high, but we've seen in the past the Bills get to a fast start and then they cool off. So I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay. I'm on the same road. I'm taking the Bengals at home.
Okay.
To move on, the Cleveland Browns are taking on the New York Jets.
Oh man, the battle of one of the two worst teams in the league. The Jets though won against the Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Jets again. I just think the Cleveland Browns, you could tell they don't have Myles Garrett. Mm-hmm. On their defense, you can see that it's affecting them a lot. So, who do you got?
I'm going the opposite direction here. I like the Cleveland Browns at home. They are 1-point favorites, but the Jets' offense just don't look as. I mean, they did have a good rushing game last week, But I like the Browns at home. I like Deshaun Kaiser. He's, playing very well so far. So I'm going to roll with the Browns at home.
Okay.
Now, to move on, we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, this game's going to be tough. Because the Detroit Lions are a really good defensive team. And it's in Carolina, or is it in Detroit?
No, it's in Detroit.
Oh, in Detroit. The Detroit Lions are a very solid team, but I'm going to go with the Panthers in this one. I just think that they're riding high off of the New England Patriots win, and I think it's going to be a close defensive battle, but I think Cam Newton at the end will lead his team to a field goal to win the game. What do you think, Dante?
Well, I'm on the opposite road again this week. I like the Detroit Lions at home.
Okay.
Moving on, we have the Indianapolis Colts hosting the San Francisco 49ers.
Man, this game. I'm going to go with the Colts in this one. The 49ers have been I'm not going to say the worst, but they have one of the youngest defenses in the NFL. I believe they have like 6 or 5 rookies starting. So I just think that inexperience, that's the reason why they're not winning anything yet. So I'm going to go with the Colts in this one. I think Brissett, they played really well last week against the Seahawks. Do not let that score fool you. After the first half, they were winning 15-10. So I'm going to go with the Colts in this game.
Well, again, I'm on the opposite road. I'm going to roll with the San Francisco 49ers in this game for the simple fact is that they played very well last week. They put up 39 points, and they've had more time, more rest to rest their players, and a longer week to game plan. So I'm rolling with the Niners on the road.
All right, 49ers.
Now to our other 1 o'clock game, we have the Miami Dolphins hosting the Tennessee Titans.
I do not like the Miami Dolphins right now. Their offense looks like utter garbage. Sorry for my language, but again, their offense is not clicking at all. I'm going to go with the what was it again?
Dolphins?
No, I'm not going with the Dolphins. I'm going to go with the
Tennessee Titans.
The Tennessee Titans, my fault. I just think the Tennessee Titans, even with Marcus Mariota out, I think they'll still find a way to beat the Miami Dolphins.
Well, I feel like this week is just going to be a good game. If Marcus Mariota still doesn't play, I feel like this game would still be a good game without him there. But I'm taking the Dolphins home this week.
Okay, who you got? What's next slate?
Next 1 o'clock game, we have the 0-4 battle of the first win, San Diego Chargers versus the New York Giants.
Again, it's just two teams that are right now falling apart. I'm gonna go with the New York Giants in this one. I think they're gonna get their first win. I just think the LA Chargers at home, they get booed on the way. It's like every game's an away game for them. Every game is close, but they just don't make that one play that can get them the win. I just think it's going to continue. I have the New York Giants winning this one in another close game. Who do you got?
Okay, I'm on the same road as you here. I'm going with the New York Giants. I got to be honest though. Don't let any of these winless teams fool you. They have good offenses.
Yeah, they're solid teams.
They have good defenses. They just cannot win the close games. That's just been the story of both teams this year. Moving on, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win, but I think the Jaguars are going to keep it close. Just like we said earlier, they are a very inconsistent team. They play well against the great teams and the good teams, and they struggle against the bad teams. So I'm going to go with the Steelers in this one, but if I'm betting this game, I would bet the Jacksonville Jaguars. I believe they'll keep it close. What do you think, Dante?
I'm going along here. I'm taking the Steelers at home. Ben Roethlisberger just plays better at home than he does on the road.
That is a proven fact as well.
So I'm going to roll. The Steelers' defense does look good this year, but it's just Ben Roethlisberger. He plays very well at home opposed to on the road, where his stats and everything else just isn't as good. And I'm taking the Steelers this week.
All right.
And to finish off with our 1 o'clock games, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Philadelphia Eagles this week.
I got the Birds in this one. I'm going to go with the Eagles. My fault because they're both birds. My fault. I want to go with the Eagles at home. I just think winning in Los Angeles and winning against the Giants, I think we're going to continue that run game going. I think that it's going to be a close game because the Cardinals have a very good defense, very underrated defense because their offense hasn't really proven anything. But I'm going to go with the Birds in this one. I think we're going to win. We're going to have a fourth quarter lead and hang on to it, similar like last week. What do you think?
I agree 100%. I like the Eagles in this game, but it's every time the Eagles and the Cardinals play, it's always a close game.
And Fitzgerald always gets loose.
And he always kills us. But I'm rolling with the Eagles in this game. For our sports bettors, the Eagles are 6.5-point favorites.
That's a little too high for me.
I feel like that's a little too high
for me.
Because the Cardinals and the Eagles always keep it close.
Always.
Now, moving on to our 4 o'clock games. We are starting off with the Seattle Seahawks on the road against the Los Angeles Rams this week.
The Rams have been on fire on offense, and they are the home team. I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. I'm not really a believer in the Steelers' elite defense right now.
Seahawks.
Oh, Seahawks. I'm sorry. Seahawks elite defense. The Seahawks they look flat right now, and I just think that the Rams are clicking in all cylinders on the offense, and I think the Rams are going to win this one. Who do you got?
I'm on the same boat as you with this one. I like the Rams at home against the Seahawks. Last 2 weeks, Russell Wilson has killed it, putting up back-to-back 300-plus yard games. But it's just the Rams. They've won the last 3 against the Seahawks. The Rams and Todd Gurley by himself looks phenomenal right now. He's playing on a different level.
He's like Ezekiel Elliott last year
He's like on a different planet right now. So I'm going to roll high with the Rams. Jared Goff has looked well as well. The passing game has gotten going. The running game is clicking. The defense is good. Rolling with the Rams, and they're home.
All right. Next
on with our 4 o'clock games, we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Oakland Raiders.
The Raiders do not have Derek Carr, so I'm going to go with the Ravens in this one. I think the Ravens are going to catch a big break with him not being there. And right now, they are struggling right now, but I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
I couldn't disagree anymore. I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens on the road.
You mean agree?
I couldn't disagree with you anymore.
You couldn't? Oh. You mean I agree?
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't agree with you anymore.
You're good. I just picked up on. I got your back, bro.
I'm taking the Ravens on the road. Now, moving on to our last 4 o'clock game, America's Game of the Week. We have the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Green Bay Packers.
I'm gonna go with the Packers in this one. I think Dallas's defense is just not good. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna light up. It's gonna be another shootout game. Well, yeah, I can see another shootout game in my opinion, but I think the Packers are gonna win at the end due to Aaron Rodgers, that bad man Rodgers.
Rodgers is a bad man. I'm taking him on the road against the Cowboys. That secondary is just god awful. They didn't put any talent in that secondary.
I know they
had no additions.
They got Nolan Carroll out there,
man. It's a bunch of rookies.
The Cowboys.
And they lost really 2 of their best secondary players in the offseason.
All right.
So the Cowboys secondary is just very awful. Now, moving on to our last Sunday game will be the 8:30 game. We have the Houston Texans hosting the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is going to be my upset pick of the week. I'm going to go with the Houston Texans this week. I think that they're home. Yes, the Chiefs are 4-0 and have looked really well, but J.J. Watt has not had a sack all season yet. I think that their defensive line is going to carry them in this one, and I think Deshaun Watson is going to make just enough plays for the Houston Texans to win, so I'm going to go with the Texans in this one.
Well, I have to go in the opposite direction here. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs on the road. Alex Smith, he's playing very well.
Yes, he is. He's playing really
well. Kansas City Chiefs go and draft a rookie to replace him, and it seems like he's not giving up that spot yet, that starting quarterback position yet. He's just not giving it up. He's not going down without a fight. And rookie Kareem Hunt has been on a tear. Now, I said Todd Gurley's playing on a different planet, but this man is on a different planet. He's running like a maniac out there.
Different universe.
Exactly. So I'm rolling with the Kansas City Chiefs on the road here. Now, to finish off this week's games of Week 5.
Dun, dun, dun.
We have the Minnesota Vikings on the road in a divisional battle against the Chicago Bears.
I'm going to go with the Vikings in this one. I think that the Bears, they're a very young team right now. And Trubisky is making his first career NFL start. But I just think that the Minnesota Vikings, their defense will get to him and get him a little bit routed. So I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings this week.
Yes, I'm taking the Vikings as well. The Minnesota Vikings the last 3 years have not fared well to rookie quarterbacks in the last 3 years.
It's just been...
There has been 5 rookie quarterbacks the last 3 years to start against the Minnesota Vikings, and they've all lost. And one being Carson Wentz, which is a bummer. But, regardless, I'm taking the Vikings.
No, I thought we won. We beat the Vikings.
No, we lost to the Vikings.
No, we beat them last year.
We lost.
No, we beat them, bro.
Okay, it's time if I pull up the stat.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Eagles versus Vikings. Yep, we won 21-10. Our defense was amazing that week.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so now the stat is 1-4. It's all good.
I apologize. Well,
all
ESPN needs to update their stats then.
Yeah, they do. Oh,
ESPN
just caught a flaw right there.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead, Josh. Hit it off.
All right. Again, hit that subscribe button below. Hope you guys enjoyed Swoop Podcast's second video podcast for this week. And again, check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Swoop Podcast _. And this is Josh and Dante signing off.
Beast mode, yeah. Go beast mode. Ballin' so hard, yeah, they think I got the cheat code. I got the cheat code. Spent 2 bands on some motherfucking jeans, ho. Those is making Mary